8:39. It's now time for Whose Business Is It Anyway? We talk with local business folks, and they say, hey, spend money with us because we'll give you good service. And best of all, we live here. It's not exactly like you're on a support line in Singapore. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. And joining me right now, the folks from Paradux Media. Paradux Media, yep, as in pair of ducks. But we have Tisha Oehmen and Mike Frey in here. Good morning, Tisha. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Bill.
And Mike, always a pleasure to meet you again here.
You too, Bill. Thank you.
Hey, tell us a little bit first off about Paradux, sort of the founding of it, basis, and why it's important for businesses to get to know you better.
Sure. We founded Paradux in 2008. Tisha and I had both had a extensive marketing background, and we saw the changes with social media and how it could affect local businesses. Mm-hmm. So in 2008, we formed Paradux Media so that we could take a lot of the local businesses and put them into the social media platforms.
I imagine it's one of those things where you have a lot of folks that are running businesses. They're busy running the business. All right, I'm a restaurant or whatever it is. I'm looking for supplies, meat, cheese. I mean, all the rest of it. Do I really have time to do my Twitter or my Facebook? I mean, is that kind of where you come in then, Tisha?
That's exactly where we jump in. We're able to help them either create a strategy that allows them to be able to manage their own social media and website and advertising, or we can help them with it at some level. Okay,
one thing. Post, okay? Don't let it go dead for weeks at a time, right?
Exactly. Right. You got to post every day on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm kind of a slave to it myself here. So, but there is still a very heavy web component of what you do, correct?
There really is. The websites today really become the hubs for any business.
So the websites aren't going away.
No, not at all.
Because there were some people were saying, I'm not going to bother with a website anymore. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to do my Facebook. And I was thinking to myself, all right, yeah, you don't own it. You don't really control it. Ultimately, you got some Mark Zuckerberg type fellow that's going to ultimately make up the rules of what you're able to do, but at least the website's yours.
And Mark Zuckerberg can make it go away tomorrow if you'd like.
As a matter of fact, he could.
But the website is yours, and so everything that you do on all of your social media accounts, out in the real world in advertising, print, print, radio, and television, it all needs to be focused back to the website. Your website needs to be your hub, and it needs to be something that, as a business owner, you have control on, and you have the ability to change at a moment's notice.
You guys work exclusively, I guess, on WordPress?
Yes,
right?
we do.
What is WordPress? And what is that all about? I'm somewhat familiar with the term, but not really the design of it all.
WordPress is a kind of a website. And right now today, 22% of all the websites written in the nation are written on WordPress. Mm-hmm. The reason for that is it's a really simple program for the average individual to use. If you can write a letter in Microsoft Word, you can use a WordPress website.
Which means you don't necessarily have to have an $80,000 IT person on your staff. You need me, Oz at the controls.
That's exactly what it means. That's exactly what it means. It means if you need to change your hours or you need to pop a sale, you can get in and you can do it yourself today in 30 seconds.
What do you think is the biggest mistake that a typical business goes to? Mike, maybe I'll toss this out at you when someone's ready to, look at social media, look at their website work and all the rest of it.
For the most part, it's how they set it up. 3 years ago, when a lot of people were diving in, a lot of businesses were diving into social media, they set their Facebook page up as a person and not a business. And
I did that too.
And it's building that foundation. And it's talking to people who have been through it and have the experience of how to build the proper foundation so you get off on the right foot. That's the most important thing, rather than going back in and having to redo everything that you did 2 years ago.
I think the other thing that's a real danger for business owners is getting locked into a website that is not an open source system, something that is proprietary and controlled entirely and completely by their own web designer.
You either deal with that one company or else you are just screwed.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly. And inevitably...
And you're locked into a 10-year contract.
Yeah, inevitably things go wrong, and then you're sorry.
Once again, we're speaking with Mike Frey and Tisha Oehmen, and they're with Paradux Media. Hey, what's your phone number there? I know I know phone number is so 1980s, but still.
541 727-0627.
0627. I'm going to type this in here because we'll put it up on the website here too. 06227, ParaduxMedia.com, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, very good. And by the way, Paradux as in DUX is how it's spelled, even though it's really about two Ducks fans.
Right.
Yes.
So I guess you're What? No pair of beavers? No beavers allowed?
Our graphic designer is actually a graduate of Oregon State, so we became a platypus kind of at that particular time.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
So you don't have to be a Ducks fan necessarily to work with you guys.
No.
Not at all.
Just don't talk football.
Yes.
You understand.
All right, very good. So what about when it comes to helping people with their advertising, branding, and this and that? What sort of services do you offer there?
Well, we can help a business with everything from crafting their initial image, their logo, and their business name to rolling into advertising with radio, print, and television, getting the word out there.
Yeah, because we work with you with some of your clients.
You're exactly right. Yeah, and we can help them figure out what the right mix is. So you've got the social media, you've got website channels, you've got online advertising, and you've got the traditional advertising, and we really help a business owner sort of sort all of that out and figure out what the right way is.
Hey, what about this online advertising? I have to tell you, I don't think I have ever clicked on an ad the entire time I've been on the web. I mean, ever.
Yes, and
accidentally. Right. I think I may have oh gosh, I slipped on the mouse thing. But
one of the things that online advertising does is if you have control over your website and you have Google Analytics, you can track where it's coming from. So you can track the resources of where your clicks are coming from, and you can tell how online is performing and whether or not you're getting clicks from online. All advertising works if used properly, and it all fails if used improperly. So it's really important, whether it's online, whether it's radio, whether it's TV or print, that you maximize and make sure that it works properly.
When you say an improper use, how about an example of an improper use? Kind of like a what not to do. I mean, one comes to mind to me is to not have an offer.
Right. Yes. In